Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. I would say this is our first official trailer of the show. It's called the First Look trailer. It's basically trailer number 1. We've had teasers. We've had like one teaser in general that's had like a lot of footage for really, really quick moments. But really, we haven't had a full trailer that's kind of diving into what we're really going to be seeing here and just kind of what the plot could kind of be. And we've been getting these little teasers here and there over the past few weeks. We're here. We're finally here. We're getting a trailer, and it's about 2 minutes long, and got quite a bit in there. Quite a few new shots too. So we do get to see quite a few things that we've also seen already in the teaser. So I think like this shot of Michonne, we've seen similar shots of Michonne. She's going to be on her journey, obviously, to find Rick here in this brand new Walking Dead show coming next month. By the way, February 25th. Quite excited for it. But we got another shot here of Michonne. Again, she's like probably with that group that we saw her finding at the end of her journey in The Walking Dead. We do see a few shots of those characters that she initially ran into when she was leaving, and they're going to be in this show too, so I think she's going to run in with that group, and then her journey will probably go on from there. But in the background, you could see like a walker with his like arms ripped off or his hands taken off, and probably his jaw too. I'm assuming that's something that Michonne did again, because you know it's something she likes to do with the walkers, that she likes to kind of walk around with, to take the jaws off, take the arms off. They can't claw you, they can't bite you. It's kind of a cool thing that Michonne does. We got a shot of Michonne here just kind of crying, some sort of scene. Maybe she saw something, discovered something, or is just, you know, really heartbroken about not seeing Rick yet. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to really expect. Like, we're seeing Rick and Michonne back. That's basically all I really expect from this show, but I really don't know what they're going to do, because we've seen the CRM in, you know, a few things now. We've seen them in the World Beyond show. I would really hope the CRM is not like they are in the World Beyond show. They were kind of pathetic in some ways, but now we're getting to the major General Beale, and we're getting to the big hardcore part of this story. So hopefully they are a much bigger threat, much more interesting threat this time around, and I just hope it's a damn good emotional story, and I think we're gonna get that. So I think at the end of The Walking Dead, we have this shot of Michonne riding towards a ton of walkers with her sword out, and I think this is what this is. So she's like at this like big horde of walkers, and she's like shooting this thing into the walkers, like this blaster. I don't know what it is. I don't know what she's trying to do. I literally have no idea, but she is riding around on her armored up horse and her armor and stuff. It's like she's all prepped to go and like, I don't know, fight walkers or something. I don't know what she's really doing. It seems to be like she's on her own in this point though, so I don't know if this is before she runs into that big group, or if this is after and she's split off on her own. I don't really know yet, but this is her kind of on her own. And we did see her on her own at the end of The Walking Dead too, so we obviously know that she's going to run into people, but we don't know how it's going to all play out. So, look, Michonne, it's awesome to see Michonne back, no doubt about that. But we had a little bit more time with Michonne. The mystery around Michonne is not as big as the mystery around Rick Grimes. So here we are. We are at the Civic Republic, and this is our first shot of Rick in this trailer. And he is just sitting on a bench. It's like he's not even a prisoner almost, but he is. So he's like a prisoner in the CRM city that they're at. But he's still there. It looks like he's kind of free and able to do whatever, but he's still stuck there. And he's just sitting on a bench looking at the wrecked city. We're getting some similar shots that we've gotten in the trailers before. Rick is basically just a worker for them, it looks like. And he's just taking out walkers. We saw the in World Beyond too, where they had some kids and people basically clearing out walkers in certain areas. So I think they could move forward and, you know, maybe take over more land. But he's basically just taking walkers out for them, and you can see he's wearing the same outfit that he was at the end of The Walking Dead's main series there, with that final clip of him when he tried to escape. This is a similar shot of Rick that we've gotten in the past trailers for this show. It just looks like he's kind of beat after a day of just clearing walkers. That's what I'm assuming it is. It looks like he's in a very similar clothing that he was in the earlier shot, but now he's had a very rough day there clearing out walkers. We got another shot of Michonne crying. So I think it's going to be, I don't know what to expect from Michonne's story. I kind of got an idea of where Rick is. You know, we know where he is. He's stuck there in the Civic Republic. We don't know what's going to happen with him, but we kind of have an idea of where he is and what he kind of is going through right now. He's stuck there, and they're not letting him out. Michonne, how is she going to find him? How is she going to find her way there? We don't really know what she's doing necessarily to get her way there, but it'll be interesting to see. We do get lots of different shots of this Rick phone thing that we had in The Walking Dead season 9. It was season 10 when Michonne left, and she found that phone on the boat, and we continuously get more and more shots of that in the trailer here, where it's scratched images of Michonne and Judith, and then it says Rick, and then it's got like lettering and stuff in another language. So we do get to see a different character as well. We see him a few times in this trailer. It's a new character. I don't know his name yet. I'm sure we'll know his name once we start watching it, but it seems like he'll probably play a pretty big part in the show. It seems like his story is linked with Michonne, since there are a few shots of him talking with Michonne. We also got another shot of Rick looking at a phone as well, with his reflection in it. So there's a big focus on that phone thing, and I don't know if it's really going to have a big focus actually in the show, but it is a significant connecting point to how this whole journey started, with Michonne realizing that Rick is alive, and Rick is probably the only one that really could have put that in the phone. So he probably like put it on the boat or threw it on the, I don't know what's really going on. I don't know how she got the phone, but that phone is a big focus there for these trailers, at least. We got another new shot of a new character. I think this was a shot we got in the previous trailers as well, but this is a new character. Don't know her name, but she's obviously there, stuck at the CRM as well with Rick. Then we got this really cool shot, and I just love seeing this, because we are finally out of the bland gray woods, dead woods with walkers stumbling around, and that's about it, running around on the road, and that's about it. Like, we're moving away from that, and we have been with the Daryl Dixon show, with the Dead City show. We've been moving away from the standard Walking Dead imagery of just wandering around in the woods. That's the same woods that we've been running around in now for so many years. We're done with that. We're in new locations, and it just looks great. So we got some Civic Republic helicopters here flying over some mountains. Looks really interesting. Looks nice. It really does look nice. And there are some few cinematic shots in this trailer that look just so much better than what the Walking Dead's main, I always compare it to the Walking Dead's main show, what they were getting here at the end of the series. It just seems like the budgets on all these spin-offs are more focused and just better. It just seems better. So we got a few cool shots here of the Civic Republic Army, and they do look a little different than we've seen them before. So we've obviously seen CRM soldiers before in the the different shows, but this time around I think they look a lot cooler. They got like red highlights on them. The armor looks a lot more bulked up and just looks more, I don't know, intense and serious to me. I don't know. We got a shot here of Major General Beale in this warehouse area with a bunch of his soldiers lined up. And I really hope that the CRM is a major threat in this show. I really do, because I don't like how they were portrayed in World Beyond. World Beyond, I remember them almost being a joke, just for these teenagers to run around and defeat them on, with ease, quite ease. I didn't like it. A bunch of teenagers shouldn't really have an ability to take out CRM soldiers and stuff with that much ease, especially when Rick Grimes is there and he's stuck. Of all people, Rick Grimes, and you're telling me he can't get out, but you got these little teenagers that we've never seen before that are able to defeat CRM soldiers. It's a little weird. So I do hope that they are a much more big threat in this show. I hope they're a lot more serious, and I kind of hope we just kind of forget World Beyond, honestly. Just let it be what it is. This is the real story. Another shot of the soldiers. You can see them quite clearly here. I just love the look. I think it looks much better than what I really like the CRM soldier outfit to begin with, but I think it's a much cooler look now. You got that like screen over their face and stuff. It's a lot more ominous, so I like it. And then we got a nice clear shot of Major General Beale talking to Rick Grimes. So there he is, Major General Beale, played by Terry O'Quinn. And I know he's been in lots of different things for sure. I know a lot of people, I think, know him from Lost. I never watched that, but I do remember seeing him in like shows like Falling Skies for a little while and stuff. And I know he's good, I think, for the villain role. And I think he's going to do a damn good job. I think he's a great choice for the main threat. I would say he is the main villain of this show. He is the major general of the CRM, the Civic Republic. So obviously him and Rick have a very specific connection here, and I think they were talking with Rick at the end of The Walking Dead, where there was kind of like a slight mention of possibly like the major general, and I think him and Rick are going to have a lot of conflict in this show, and I don't know what that conflict is really going to be. It's maybe going to be General Beale trying to maybe persuade Rick at first to kind of see their side and see what good the Civic Republic can be doing for the world, and how we're advancing the world and we're trying to take back this world. But I don't think Rick Grimes is going to have that. I really don't. So we got another cool shot here of Rick Grimes basically doing the same thing we've seen in the other trailers, taking out walkers. He looks really pissed though, and he's just stuck there. So we got another cool cinematic shot here of some helicopters going over some fields and trees, and then there's like a city or something burning in the distance. And I think we're going to get flashbacks, because this might be the city that the CRM is at, but it looks like the city is still relatively fresh and new and normal, and it's not like all wrecked yet, which I'm assuming is we're going to be a flashback to when the world fell apart, and we're going to see how the Civic Republic began in some sort of way. I hope that's what it is. Maybe it's not, but I hope we get to see a little bit of a glimpse there of how the Civic Republic became to be in power, because obviously the world fell apart. There's obviously going to be different powers that take charge. The CRM seems to be the biggest one so far that we know of that has taken charge, military charge of the world, at least this country, in some sort of way. And how did they do that after the apocalypse began? Especially since we haven't even really seen them much. They're in their own little central area, and they've slowly started to spread out now. It's like, how did they begin? Where are they going? What's their plan? We got a shot here of some soldiers getting blown up in the woods. And we got a shot of Michonne. I think we've seen that one before. Another shot of Michonne entering some sort of tent on her journey to find Rick. Another shot of Michonne on her journey to find Rick. I don't really have much to say about it. I don't know what's going on. That's what's kind of fun about it. Just a nice teaser. But I'm really curious to see how she finds. I know she's going to find Rick. I think we've seen behind the scenes shots of Michonne and Rick already together. So they are obviously going to find each other. Question is how and what's going to happen when they do. So another shot of Rick, seemingly after he's cleared a bunch of walkers, talking to, I don't think that's the Major General, I could be wrong, some other character there. And here are those two characters that Michonne ran into when she left the show. She ran into them and then walked off to that big group. These are the two that she helped when she was leaving, and they're going to be returning in this show. So that's kind of interesting. I think this is Michonne on her own, maybe, perhaps. I can't tell when Michonne is either on her own or with a group. I don't really know. There are obviously some moments where she is on her own and some where she's not. This time she's, stepping out of a car and, fighting up some walkers. We got that same shot of that fire walker. It's like, charred and on fire and stuff, and it looks really cool. Then we have a shot of Jadis. So this, I believe, is our first shot of Jadis in the trailers. We knew she was coming back. We've seen behind the scenes shots of her. She was in World Beyond. She was in, she obviously is the one who took Rick away. She's the one who took Rick away on the helicopter and basically saved his life, but also entrapped him in the Civic Republic. So we're going to see her again. If you remember what she was doing at the end of World Beyond, she is most certainly the villain, at least at that point. I don't know what she'll be in this show, because she was kind of an ally there at the end of her run on The Walking Dead before she took Rick away, but she was trying to make her way back to the CRM. So I don't really know what to make of this character, but the World Beyond show really tried to hammer down that she is a villain. So I don't know if they're going to continue with that, but we do get to see Jadis for the first time with her terrible haircut in this trailer. So we'll see where that story goes. We got another shot of that character that I don't know his name yet, but he was talking with Michonne earlier. So I'm assuming he's going to be a pretty significant character for this show. Obviously, it's not just going to be Rick and Michonne. We're going to have some significant new characters in the show. Major General Beale, this guy, I think maybe that other girl Rick was talking to in the CRM outfit as well. But yeah, some new characters in there as well. Another shot of Michonne. Really cool shot of a walker just burning and on fire, and I do like some of the visuals of this trailer for sure. Another shot of Rick fighting off a charred walker. It's got its insides burning. It's got things sticking out of its face. Shot of Michonne just freaking out. Don't know what's going on. But again, I can't tell what part of the journey. That's the thing about Michonne, is I just can't tell what part of the journey she's on in certain shots that she's in. She's kind of all over the place. We got a cool shot of a Civic Republic helicopter basically destroying a building. The building looks like it's old and wrecked anyways, but I don't know why they're taking down this building. But we do get a shot there of them completely demolishing a building and having it crumble to the ground. So I don't know what they're doing there, but they're blowing it up. Maybe there's some people in there that are trying to destroy, go after. Maybe it's Michonne. I don't know. But because we do have a shot of Michonne on the city streets or some sort of town. It looks like it's out in the actual world, an apocalyptic world, rather than the Civic Republic, but I could be wrong. But they're sending out some sort of gas. I don't know if that's the CRM going after her or some other group. I don't know what's going on, but she's obviously with some people and she's trying to escape some sort of threat, and they sent out some sort of gas. I don't know what that means, really. And then I think our final shot here is, I think it's Rick. I think that's Rick in a Civic Republic helmet. I think if you look closely, you could just tell it's Rick. If it's not, it's not, but I think it is. And I do like the Civic Republic helmet there, and I do like the new soldier look to the CRM soldiers, and I do like it. So that is basically it, and I hope this is the new logo as well. This is the logo we got at the end of the trailer, the ones who live on fire. I think it looks much better than the weird stylized one that we got before. It looks a little bit more fancy in a way. I like this one more. Daryl Dixon's already got that fancy-ish, font to it. I think this is a good one for it. The ones who live, it feels intense. It's on fire, and I like that one a lot more. New series, February 25th. That's all I can really give. That's all I can really say about this new trailer and all the different shots we've gotten. We got a little bit more commentary over the trailer as well. And I mean, basically, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, really. We don't know. We don't know yet. But I do think this show is going to either wrap up Rick and Michonne's story, which I would not like. I would rather their stories continue after this show or into a season 2. I don't know what they're going to do. But it's either going to wrap up their stories and maybe wrap up the CRM stuff, or it's going to completely explode the story of the CRM into a much grander story. My prediction is that this show is going to kick off the CRM plotline full blown. Like, we've had little teases all over the place. This is going to completely, fully blow up the CRM storyline. It's going to take over basically the Walking Dead shows, and it's going to be intertwined everywhere. That's my prediction, and I think Rick is going to be involved in that in some way. I don't think this show is actually going to have a season 2. My prediction, again, is I think we're going to see Rick some more with Michonne, just not like on a full-time basis, like we would with a show with him specifically. But he's going to show up from time to time in different shows and just kind of be involved in this storyline with the Civic Republic. That's my guess. I don't know. I mean, I know we really want that reunion with Daryl and Carol and everybody, really. We all want to see that. But I don't think they're going to not give us that. I think they're going to give us that in some way. They just have to. And I hope they do, at least with Daryl. We'll see where the story goes. I'm super excited for this show. We're even going to have Daryl's season 2 next this year as well, I believe. So it's an exciting year for The Walking Dead. And these spinoffs are really proving to be very, very exciting.